Thank you, baby. And notification. And I'm testing a new soundtrack tonight, so let's see if people like it.
Have fun.
Alrighty. Ta-da. Medawaga. Good evening, sir. Good evening. Welcome. We are testing a new soundtrack tonight. See if people enjoyed. Oh, yeah. Well, good morning then. Are you in Europe? Is it like 4 a.m. morning? Because Nymph is here with us at 4 a.m. Germany time.
I will not be long.
Nymph is not long for this world, and there's no soundtrack. LOL. Okay. 5 a.m. Turkey.
Y'all should go to sleep, man.
Well, we're gonna waiting for HOTD episode. What is HOTD? I actually don't know what that is. We're gonna do some random travel maps. Oh, House of the Dragon. Oh yeah, good show. For sure. I remember liking the song better than I used to like it now. I don't think I love it as a seed. Let's go back to our original. That's the extent of our soundtrack testing. LOL. So we might end up fixing the expedition thing with Palm of the Dreamer. I probably need to see how much Palm of the Dreamer even is.
Not that expensive.
Yeah, I can't imagine it's that
100 at
expensive.
most.
But here's the problem with Palm of the Dreamer. We need fire res. So like it gives us an aura that's chaos res, which is useless. And I also need a spirit enchant on it, I'm pretty sure.
Alright, now you're asking for a little bit too much.
Yeah, that pepperoni is 800. Okay, so I could just forego the extra quality on my stuff. Yeah, I mean it's 165 div. It's like fine. So the reduced skill effect duration isn't really gonna go well. So we're
Just pick something with a better wall. It can roll
yeah.
positive.
Yeah. The gain chaos damage is useless. Skill effect duration. Let's go minimum of 10. Oh, they already put a Fox Idol in it. I see. So I could just move the Fox Idol. Yo, PoE 2 today. Yes, sir. PoE 1 didn't do well, so there's we're back to our original roots. We're back to our roots, team.
What do you mean roots?
I don't know how else to break it down to you. Why do you sound confused?
The 10-year-old PoE 1 player says, yeah, back to PoE 2, my old roots, as if
Yes.
that game didn't just spawn in.
No, that's where the stream started. It's our roots for the stream. Hi, Nymph. How's backing up the Soul Man feel? Yeah, Nymph, how does backing up the Soul Man feel?
That's how I feel.
Um, no, Palm of the Dreamer is fine with just one corruption. All right, well, then in that case, we could just put a soul core, and it's a little bit less efficient, but I don't know how I'm gonna solve my fire res, though. Like, the fire res is still a problem. I think I'm just gonna have to rely on freezing and kind of stash the Palm of the Dreamer until I have some thought process going on. This is my reject pile. This is, like, things I used to wear or wanted to craft and didn't want to deal with it. Started my Varashta practice today, and it's kind of nuts. It is, isn't it? We're gonna do some of that today. We're definitely doing some Varashta practice today. I am we actually need to run a few basic maps too. Not here. Where did I do it? Here, maybe. Yeah, there. All right, so these are going to be our travel maps over here, and then we're going to cook up some basic expedition maps and then test those out a little bit. Well, not test them out. We know we can run them. No fire as an expedition might end up badly. Yeah. Well, yeah, the chaos res doesn't do anything for us. It would just be for the explode, but the explode is a nice clear. Although we are freezing everything, so I don't encounter the bug as much. Like, anytime that I can't do stuff, it's usually like when I lack the damage. And that's just the unfortunate downside of the Adonia. I don't know that I
I
can
mean,
push this build crazy. I could.
you could just not run Palm of the Dream and just use a corpse explosion skill.
And use a what? I'm sorry?
Like a corpse explosion when you happen to get the bug.
If you do get the bug and then you corpse explode, it's fine.
Yeah.
Interesting. What do
Didn't
we
they
do?
then sell that?
Well, no, I mean, I think you need to corpse explode before the bug happens.
I see what you mean.
Because the freeze shatter is how we avoid it. It's honestly not, it hasn't been too bad for me, so I guess we'll see. We shall see. Until you find Alder's Legacy. I found so many of those. People are screaming about we can't find Alder's Legacies. I'm like, don't know what you're on about, dude. Quantity and chaotic monsters. Also, we need to record the helmet video today. Chaotic monsters.
Also,
'Cause,
don't mind me doing some noises in the background. I'm just enjoying my PoE one.
oh, they have music. They probably can't hear your noises unless you explicitly speak.
It's fine.
I break
That's what I mean.
two legacies because the Oath Rune is bugged. Well, you didn't read the PSA, did you? This soundtrack is driving me crazy at the moment. So PSA is new in his defense. True. So the expedition bug, when is fixed by exploding corpses or removing corpses. Just
I
FYI.
mean, didn't I tell like everybody like since time immemorial that fucking Orpheum is bugging out expeditions?
No, we knew that, but it's not even that bad. Because you
For
could
some
fix it.
people, yep.
Yeah, if you explode
Apparently.
corpses or like when anytime you kill a frozen enemy, they don't leave a corpse, they shatter. So, oh, I'm trying to move with left click. LOL PoE one player.
I mean, it's not that you can't change that.
No, I prefer moving with WSD. This
I
week.
lost 9,000. I lost 10,000 HP in a single projectile to a chaos projectile.
Are you? Do you have chaos res?
Yeah, I have 39 positive.
That should be enough not to get owned. Did it chain? Oh, you don't have the. Since you're running a merc, you need the Pantheon for chain immune. By the way.
Sure. It was, but it wasn't Jane. He just threw like
He
multiple
shot you directly.
projectiles. I took one to my face and I fucking fell over and had like ES left over. I have like 100 ES. I had ES when I died.
Good to know that I
Okay.
can
What?
find a solution for Mr. Tibu Fub Gun. Second build Spark Temporalis, your Fub Keeson. True. Although it's not like a week into the league. I've never played Temporalis. This is my first ever Temporalis.
Well, Timu Kisen.
Tibu Keeson, you mean Tibu Fub Gun?
No, Timu Kisen for now. You'll be Timu Kisen. You'll be Timu Fabgun soon. You need to evolve first.
Who's the real Keeson if I'm the Tibu Keeson then? That's what I want to know. Who's the real one?
Unfortunately, he passed away
He,
among us.
he
We will,
passed
we will
away.
always remember his sacrifice.
That's hilarious. So the plan for today is to do helmet craft and to do some speed runs. I don't know why I'm looting chaos orbs. I probably don't need to be looting chaos orbs. Also, I
What do you
don't know
mean?
why I'm
Chaos
doing
are
travel
good.
maps. Huh?
Aren't Chaos Orbs so good?
I mean, it's so late into the league, it literally doesn't matter. Unless it's like,
Isn't it still like 1 in 10 or something?
huh? Yeah, it is
Isn't
still
it
1
still
in
a shit
10, but
ton?
we're operating on thousands of divines, sir. What's 1 in 10 gonna do
So
for
you don't
us?
even own 1,000 divine on your
Actually.
hand.
Yo, what up,
Oh,
Keeson? Happy Sunday, everybody.
are you did you unbroke yourself?
I unburkied myself, but then I went and bought a Palm of the Dreamer, so now I'm just under 1,700.
Alright, alright. I got my first divine, by the way. The real divine drop.
A real divine drop. Yeah, it's taking forever, bro. Failure
Only
to force the item. Yes, I'm listening.
it was my last map for my last like Atlas point. I got all my maps done now.
Nice. The mana gloves that we made ain't selling, my brother.
Oh, the ones where you got really lucky.
Yeah. I mean, whatever. It's late. It's late in the league. Best promotion or on streamboo.org. What do you mean best promotion? Talk to me. What is streamboo.org? I don't know nothing about nothing.
Is that a bot?
Oh, that might be a bot. Okay. All right, Mr. Bot.
That sounds a scam.
Yeah.
Alright.
How do I
Video
timeout
game is
ban?
gone.
There it is. Goodbye. Hey yo. 100% a scam. Cool. See, old boomer me is like, who the fuck is that? Good on you for you guys being here and telling my dumbass what that is. Well, we banned him, so GG's. This feels so slow, Nymph. This feels so slow. You're a real streamer now. Getting boys trying to scam you. Listen, we were getting scammers in the Discord like when we had like 20 people in there, not 500.
Oh, they just go. Those just go for like all of them. Those are
Scambot
just bots that do.
Scambot in chat means you're a big streamer. Stop. Big streamer, my ass.
Yeah,
Listen,
buddy.
you guys just
You're
wait.
not even double digit.
I'm not even double digits. Exactly. Well, it's off season. It's off season. But you guys just wait. On 1.0, we're gonna go huge. All the new players are gonna find out that there's zero content teaching them anything, and they're gonna find this channel. That's what I believe. All right, don't judge me.
You know what would be really funny?
What?
If this stream was worse than your PoE 1 stream, and then you would go back.
No, because I actually like playing this on stream.
Sure.
So even if it was worse, it would be fine. Like
Okay.
the PoE 1 stream is like that's me doing something I don't want to do because people asked for it. This is me doing something I do want to do. That is the main difference, Saw. Alright, we're probably going to get into some Sorg speedruns after this map. Just a little bit of a PoE 2 warm-up for me on a Temporalis character. Fuck it, I'm leaving that Chaos behind. Goodbye, Chaos. It's been nice knowing you. So, are any of you guys that are here, are any of you actually playing PoE 1 at all? Or are you guys all other games, chilling? What you all up to? I just got banned from a speedrunner channel. Hope I survived this one. Why did you get banned from a speedrunner channel? And which one? PoE 2 goes strong. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, brother. Vibe coded.
I'm reading up my ban button.
Vibe coded, you got my interest. Why did you get banned from a speedrunner channel? And what did you do, first of all? And second of all, who's the channel? I asked him why he was resetting so much he didn't like it. Oh, first time in a speedrunning channel? Who was it? Was it Crimson that banned you? There's like a grand total of 3 fucking speedrunners. I could figure this out pretty quickly, though. Angormus. Oh, really? He's on tilt. What the hell? He's normally nicer than that. I guess for Angormus specifically, may not be a great idea to ask the literal #1 player in the world why he's resetting so much when he's stressed as shit trying to practice for ExileCon. Because ExileCon is race time. It's like the biggest race of the season for them. So he's big stress now. Over here, we're casual speedrunners. If you ask me why I'm resetting so much, I'll tell you it's because I fucking suck. That's why.
Could try to suck less.
Exactly. Still on PoE 2, but playing some Ark as well? Hell yeah. Did Korean Wisp strat today for like 3 hours and made 600 divs. Hell yeah, brother. The Korean Wisp strat. Is that when you juice up a bunch of wisps in particular expeditions?
Didn't they nerf? Didn't they kill it?
Vibe, he might not be practicing that. He might have a specific goal in mind. So like if he knows that he can do it and he's fucking up stupidly, or there's something that went wrong that he doesn't feel like dealing with right now and he's trying to focus on a particular area, or he's trying to go for a PB and like polish things, or he's just like mad at himself. There's a number of things why a streamer might reset the run, because it's like if he's fucked up too many times and the rest of the run he's just playing catch up, sometimes the reset is to like save your mental. Because if I make like 3, 4 large mistakes and I'm 3 minutes behind, I might just axe a run and go, I don't even care. Like, this one's dead. It is what it is. Like, yes, in a race setting, I would probably let it go, but I also don't race. So, like, to me, I only do speedrunning for money for campaign stuff. Did Ezomite cities with 2 Overseer, 1 Irradiated, and 1 Abyss with the tablet, and you just gotcha. And then Rogue Exiles and Spirits, and then do you have to do in that strat, do you have to do the stupid thing where you're just like walking around and putting wisps on everything before you kill a single mob? Or is that like, can you actually kill stuff? Gentlemen, Sanjakimo, appreciate you, sir. PoE 1 lasted then. So MP's group already quit. That's funny. So I'm still on PoE 1. I'm playing it off stream hours, right? But I'm also like, we're 3 days in, and I'm probably 20 hours past campaign, and I'm still in yellow maps. I'm barely actually playing the game. I'm mostly just fucking around with the new crafting mechanic and bullshitting with Nymph. So yeah. Money mode goes, why are you resetting so much? Banned. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. This is
I
me
mean,
reading YouTube chat.
I see a good reason why I would ban Vibe Coder 2 because of the question he asked. Because that's like that is so insanely ignorant.
It's are you saying it's passive aggressive? I mean, I don't know. Certain things bother me. Somebody asking me why I reset so much doesn't bother me. I guess it's different things for different people. I thought of playing PoE 1, but I don't like that you can't use WASD. I promise you, sir, you get used to it faster than you think. What you do is you have a move only command on the keyboard, so that way, like, I have mine set on D, and I'm just used to I either hold down D or mouse 1 the entire time, and I just act like the cursor is my pointer, because in PoE 2, most of the time you use the cursor to shoot stuff regardless. So you get used to it. I promise you. Like, I know it feels jank. It feels jank for like 3 zones. After that, it's done. You don't even think about it. I promise, promise you with all my heart. Doesn't even matter. Like, it's so over so fast. It's not a big deal. Sold my first character gear to fund a second character and bricked it. Now all I have left is a gold basalt mage blood with plus int and percent evasion CZC. Listen, sir, you can make a bunch of money. Plus, that mage blood can source you a whole new character. Like, you can do stuff on like 20, 30 divs. If anyone is interested into that wisp, I can link a document where it was translated from Korean. Can you link that in Discord? Link it in Discord, please. Because links are disabled on mine. So I gave you the Discord
I know
command.
which one he mean, and I probably know which one I read that thing. They did nerf that one, but also fuck that strat. It's so bad. It's actually so bad. It's a bait strat. Holy.
Listen, it's good to know. Even if it is, and we test it and it sucks, then it's like, cool, fuck it. Now we know that it sucks. Clear the map mostly and then start the process of kiting wisps. I see. I don't know. You can never catch me kiting wisps though. Like, that's crazy. I tried it. It's tedious maxing. Yeah, I'm not about to test it, but you can link it for other people to test it, and they can tell us if they feel like it. Because that is definitely crazy tedious. Be right back. I need to make a drink.
Oh, Drop a last chance shot. Yep. Yep. Trying to make your own filter is frustrating. Well, once you know how the filter works, it's easy. You just need to get past the entry point. There's filter settings for stack sizes. You can set up splinters to be shown only at certain amount of stacks, and the filter is automatically doing that for you already.
I'm back. Seen some people tested it and it dropped a lot of chance shards. I laughed so hard. Wow. Medoaga, if you want loot filters, follow this guy. We rated him. Follow that guy on Twitch, and like literally just go into his chat off stream or on stream and do exclamation loot filters. He spends probably 10 to 15 hours every week tweaking his filters, and he plays the entire league, so his stuff is usually on point. That's whose filters I use. Like, if you look at my filters, anything that says 9L is 9 lives. I go 1, 2, 3, 4. Like, I literally replace the standard filters with his filters. Now, obviously, I had him on Omega Strict, and he made it custom for me and another guy. That loot filter, the Omega Strict, I went onto it, and at the end of the first week, it hides exalts. So, dropped 3 right of the passages, multiple divines per map, and exceptionals drop as well. Exceptional Celestial Tiara, yeah. So the exceptionals are just tier 6 rares, yeah.
They're just called big lucky.
Yeah. I mean, whatever. He likes it, he fucking likes it. We don't judge. I will judge. Nymph judges. Yeah, I was gonna say you judge. I don't really judge. Wife brought some food, so I'm gonna take some bites, and then we're gonna get into some speedrunning. Now, since you've done every single one, Zarex, tell me which one you like best out of the strats. Like, what is it? Which one was your favorite out of everything you've done? This was the last one to check off the list. I could see why you left it for the last one. Really, Juice Breach was your favorite? When I did it, I didn't feel like the divines were paying for it. I felt like I needed leechers in a party to make that worth. How did you deal with the drops? Like, what did you do? Talk to me about the Juice Breach. For me, rituals was the thing that working the most. Even then, expedition. Yeah, that's what I settled on. I settled on ritual and expedition kind of side by side depending on what I want to do. I didn't want to do anything else. Exactly. Exactly when. That's what I'm... that's where I'm at with that. That is how I pronounce your name, right? It's V25 when. Alright. Y'all know what time it is. I think my main issue was I was changing filters simultaneously while dropping loot. Yeah, that's a little bit etch-a-sketch there. I've been doing Alder's expeditions for the last 2 weeks straight. I have a problem. Yeah, I mean, me too. You saw what I was doing. You literally saw what I was doing, my brother. Alright, our timer is back. And we are on Sork time. Boys, wait until you see this fucking Geonor damage. Holy, my brain was just... Like, y'all don't know what this fucking GNR damage is like on Sork. I swear to God, that got me excited. All right, and we go.
No damage.
Yes, Ember Fusillade. What did I say? Did I say kinetic
Geo no
Fusillade?
damage?
Huh? Geonor damage.
No,
Yeah.
never mind. Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I said the Geonor damage is ridiculous with Ember Fusillade. I mean, there's only one way to kill Geonor with a Sork. I guess you could technically do other stuff other than Ember Fusillade, but like, holy fuck, man, that skill is actually might just be the best single target skill in the game in the campaign. That's actually unreasonable. All right, lock on Mister. There we go.
Why is this item showing?
Beautiful. Die in a corner, please. That was dangerously close to dying. You'll notice how I walked off to the side so I could skip underneath here. I'm still 15 seconds slower. Terrible streamer. Don't know how to play the game. Lost 15 seconds. GG. It's time to reset. Time to reset, boys. I like this filter already, TY. Yes, sir. He's got a lot of people following him for the filters. I would not recommend bullshit to you, I promise. Double of these assholes. Alright. Please stop rezzing them. Miss? You need to get out of here. Oh, she's gonna keep pressing them, isn't she? Alright, Pharaoh. We get it, buddy. We get it. Alright, trans here. We already have our AUG. We can sell this later. Get sparks out. Nice. Clean. Sparks are very good. If you spam spacebar while talking to somebody, okay, bless. It's almost always spell damage here. Very good. Okay, so big boost. And there's our Bira. Unironically, Frost Bomb does a huge chunk of damage when you get plus spell damage to it. Like, you guys see the comparison with this? Like, compared to our freaking Witch stuff? I guess Witch, once we got minions, we got this going, but this is... How fast Rust King dies to this, if I can get him into a corner, is actually crazy. And we get this. So, hey, Wolf. Mr. Wolf. Please leave me alone, Mr. Wolf. Okay, thankfully I grabbed the gem. Alright, that is our contagion. These wolves are fucking my worst enemy ever. I think I'd rather fight Roas than these fucking wolves. Alright, 4:30.
GGG will grant it. They will now add wars to mudflats. Sorry, they will add wars to the second area. Whatever
Roas,
that's called.
to clear a fell. It already has wolves. They already have listen, they already have Grim Tangle. They don't need to do anything else. We already hate them and their zone layouts. Grim Tangle's already in the game. Fuck that zone. Actually, fuck
Oh,
that.
right. They
Fuck
can
this zone right here.
they can make it for us. Just ask them.
It's
the
so
email
bad
about it.
already. Like, I don't know. Making it worse, it just seems like a fucking some kind of nightmare fuel stuff. Like, I don't know. The early campaign is actual dog shit. Sometimes I check that stone, by the way, because sometimes we RNG into skill gem, support gem, so I can pick up an extra early support for nearly free. The hut should be like coming up. Hut, where are you? Hut, you should be here. Okay, game, stop lying to me. I can draw a diamond. 1, 2, 3, 4, right here. Okay, cool. Thank you. And then frost bomb on the entrance. We're gonna walk away from her bullshit and immediately try to gangbang her in this little cubby over here. Yep. You see that this Ariadne's damage? Absolutely unethical. Absolutely unreasonable. Like, close quarter spark is like Twister level stupid. Except it's spammable and like spark. Fuck me. This is actually over there then. If it's not there, then it's there. So if it's not here, it's gonna be up top. Oh yeah. And the reason I knew it's not there is there's no river. If there was river there, then I would assume it's there. Hello game? Hello game? You're not serious right now. Hello game? Wow, washed. Actually terrible at the game. It's underneath. I mean, it's gotta be. It's always on the northwest end. Like, how am I so bad at this game? How is this possible? Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's exactly where I thought it was. I'm just bad at this game. Nice. Very nice. Very nice. Let's waste a minute. See, like, this is the reasonable reset point. This looks like hook. Yeah, it's hook. Okay, cool. I don't even need to go find it. It's right there. Like, that's a reset. That's a dumb mistake. I should not be making that mistake. Like, that's just basically outreading. I literally walked up to the exit, doubted myself, left, checked the entire zone, came back and said, oh yeah, you know what? The exit is exactly where I thought it originally was. I just barely didn't touch it enough. Like, fuck me, dude. I mean, I'm not gonna reset here, but this is like a legitimately reasonable reset. If somebody resets here, I don't even blame them for 2 seconds. And like, I'm nowhere near as good as Angormus anyway, so like sometimes that's the thing with like speedrunning. You just get used to the fact that resetting is just part of life. And if you guys are practicing campaign and you reset a lot, like, don't feel bad about it because it's natural. Ranzog extra, sure. There's a bridge
Okay.
back here. We need that bridge. Yes, sir. I'm listening. You said okay.
GGG posted there what we are working on 10 minutes ago.
Okay. We're pausing. We are pausing. We are pausing. we are pausing, chat. We are pausing.
It's just 0.1. It's just for it's just for PE1, not PE2.
Okay, we're still pausing.
Do I need to link you or do you have it?
Let's see. Window capture. There you go. Okay, scroll in, zoom in. Amanamu is just main faction. Other faction can show. It's supposed to be always encountering that faction. The wording on it is wrong.
No. You're supposed to only see that.
Yes.
But I think there's a bug since the last patch that it doesn't do that anymore.
That is correct. You're supposed to only see that according to the wording. You always encounter that faction. It's only one faction per map.
So, bugs.
Feedback bingo cards, don't care. We'll be allowing you to itemize corpses as they drop. For specters, I'm assuming. Don't give a fuck.
Which what are you reading?
Right here.
What post is that?
What we're working on. Curse of the Old Flame, Path of Exile. What else do you want me to tell you?
I think you're checking like a super old one, buddy.
Oh.
Gravecarl, he doesn't exist in this patch.
Okay. Well, we're working on Curse of the Old Flame, July. Okay, cool. Mr. Streamer moment. That's funny. Best streamer we have. Listen, I never pretended to be smart. I told you I'm dumb. Which is why y'all have no excuse to not be able to do the stuff I do, because you see how smart I am. Alright, balance changes to charts and voyages. Sure. No longer need to collect upgrade pieces for Vesper to enable Diviner, Arcanist, or Operative strong boxes. Okay, don't give a fuck. No longer be pointed by Soothing Coral Crab Nests. Okay, cool. Currency, Scarab, Stag Decks, and Maps will be much more common. Okay, so that's a loot buff. Golden Lanterns will grant increased quantity of items. Sure, don't care. A dead end and straight line charge will be made less common to make voyages easier to construct. Okay, cool. Whatever. That's nice quality of life. There will be between 20 and 40 scattered lootable objects. Whatever. Quantity and rarity raised. Okay, cool. Just buffs across the board. They're making it nicer.
Yeah,
Okay.
keep reading.
So there's
Keep talking.
fixes to address the lanterns. Okay, Abyss encounters didn't land in terms of reward. In some cases, combat density. So there'll be iteration over the next 2 days to improve Abysses. Yeah, we need them. Abysses suck. Abyss in PoE 1 is trash. Do you feel the divine drop rate is May in PoE 1? Sir, I ran the entire campaign 6 hours. Then I ran yellow maps. I've done 50 maps. 50 maps in the entire campaign, and I've done the league mechanic for like 10 hours, which is the equivalent to about another 50 maps. So imagine 100 maps in the campaign. I've dropped one divine. A single divine in about 100 maps. Imagine how you'd feel. I mean, let me take that back. I don't give a fuck, because we crafted a bunch of shit, and I still made a bunch of money, and I still have like, I don't know, 7, 8 divs in my character. So like, it doesn't really matter that much to me. But if I was a new player and I didn't know how to do anything in the game, that would drive me crazy. So yeah, divine drop rate in PoE 1 is kind of ass, especially early.
I mean, it kind of did drove me crazy. I was like coping, and then I had to just basically pivot because Gauntlet didn't help me enough. So
yeah. Luminary. I bet you like that part. Many players feel the permanent marks aren't contributing enough power. Less damage penalty to marks, with no penalty above, with the maximum penalty being reached at level 83.
oh,
Interesting. So
I mean,
that part doesn't matter because you're over 83, so you don't get a buff. Secondly, we adjusted damage scaling of attack damage, so they're more effective in the end game. Okay, so you do get a buff. Help players find more powerful mercenaries. Infamous mercenaries now spawn more commonly. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Don't care. Mercenary skills now have more support in maps. Sure. You now
That is
have a
indirect buff.
new notable Atlas passive that causes all allied mercenaries to deal more damage to other mercenaries and rogue exiles. Okay, we're reviewing how mercenary deaths interact with mapping. Currently, if a mercenary dies during map, players can't simply re-enter to revive them, which makes losing a map feel unnecessarily punishing. Jurasek? Hey, guys. Okay. Bugs. Okay, cool. Whatever. Sure, W patch for Nymph. I don't give a fuck. We're back to PoE 2 speedrunning. Let's go. I'm sure you're happy. That literally, like, I didn't give a fuck about that patch at all. Oh, we're gonna buff some shit. Okay, cool. Thanks, bro.
I mean, they're buffing the leak content. You know, the thing that fucking
Yeah.
was ass,
Yeah.
and people still had to do because the sulfur drop is just too good for everything.
This is my I care so much face.
You mean your punchable face?
I need to scream for Tom about how you're bullying me now. All right, in theory, I should be able to gangbang him on a bridge. In theory. He also might gangbang me on a bridge. I mean, like, it could be worse. This is fine. Scepter. Okay, I'll take all these. Fine. It's kind of slow. I have done Red Veil at like 850. But it's also the first run of the night, so... One big tip when you're speedrunning is if you know you're gonna sell stuff, ID everything all at once so that it's one fail swoop for you to do your, like, ID everything all at once and then buy everything all at once. Alright, we need a talisman. Is there no there's a talisman. Okay, and it's white. Love it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. MS, we can't afford it. Okay. Regular Great Helm. Yes, we can afford that. Sure. We got some int from it. We don't really care. Let's see if there's anything on here. There isn't. Level 1 Lightning Bolt. Level 2 Spell Damage Hybrid. Ass. Okay. Guess we're living with our basic spell damage. It's 12 minutes. I am so slow. I'm about 2 minutes behind at this point. Well, we wasted a minute on here, so this could actually be... It's not... Rust King didn't really go too well, and we wasted a minute in this zone because I doubted myself, so... It's like... Like, it's livable. It's not a... I thought we shouldn't ID blues. We shouldn't ID blues. The streamer's bad at the game. We shouldn't ID blues. Absolutely not. But, you know, when you're, like, trying to talk and trying to go fast, and you're like, oh, I don't give a fuck, I'll just ID some blues. It's not like a huge loss. You lose, like, 20 gold IDing them per, like, 5 blues or something. It's very comparable. It's a small optimization not to ID blues. And some blues you do want to ID, like jewelry you do want to ID, even on blue. So... But there's also variance to a lot of those things, so even sometimes you might not even necessarily lose gold, so I would just, like, test it, play it by ear. I love having a fucking cold infused spark loaded up for when a bunch of wolves approach me. Like, just the biggest fuck you to wolves that I can do. Alright, so we can walk this way. We could have also walked around. We are not interested in fighting that guy whatsoever because we don't have support gem pressure, and he's in a big open area, and we're gonna take 9.5 business days to fucking kill him with Spark. So we are not interested in whatever he's selling. We want to hit our level 6. We want to get our better support gems. We want to get actually level 7 ideally before we fight the boss gauntlet. Like level 6 is fine. I might town before Asinia because I really want to see about getting a better auto attack weapon. Alright, this should clear everything we needed to clear, especially because we have spell damage bonus. Alright, so now that should spread sufficiently. Alright, let's see here. Don't care about any of those. But this was still good XP. We are about to get our Iron Ring. I swear to God, this is weighted against the actual character. Ooh, Lazuli Ring. We're not going to waste... If I was on an attack character, I would transog the ring right there, hoping for flats. Since we can't actually roll spell damage, cast speed is so unlikely, we don't really care that much about it. This feels like Asinia should be over here. And I can't articulate why it feels that way, but that's just how it feels. I could be completely wrong, though. One of the heuristics that you can think about is if you see, like, you see how these buildings and stuff are a little bit more jagged? When you see more flat terrain, like right here, this is how I knew to, or like felt like double backing here and just double checking for Asinia. You see how these are like more flat buildings? It's not always guaranteed, but she's usually on the more flatter terrain. And that's a small detail and doesn't always work, so I wouldn't over-index on that too much if you guys are practicing that, but yeah. It's one of those things that you could think about. And we are still 5. Oof. I really need to stop walking into the zone at 5. Should have took more XP. Because this is a lot faster with ED. And I really don't want to fight that guy without ED. Let me just please, thank you. 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 Alright. ED, let's go. Get our support gem. This is gonna be Zenith, I believe. Alright, Etcher leggings, don't care, sure. MS, fucking always lucky. Streamer client, let's go Zenith. That's going on our ED. Contagion moves up. This goes to Contagion. This moves up. This goes here. Okay. It's very bad to step back and focus on it like that, but I'm in a really tough zone. Normally, I would keep moving, but here, you keep moving, like, just willy-nilly, and that's certain death. Alright. But the ED clear is so nice. Like, that's just buttery. See if you're gonna give me anything. Artificier's Orb extra 1. I don't care about it. Alright, that's done. Okay, bless. So we don't have a second gem for our Our thing, we're just gonna need to probably put this onto Firebolt. All right. Fighting her with level 1 Firebolt feels awful. All right. Belt is very good. Short. It's kind of slow. I did tell myself I'm going to portal for Asinia. I'm actually going to portal here to town. We are falling much, much further behind, but I also really don't want to fight this boss gauntlet without anything. Like, at least I want a level 3. I would much, much, much rather have this. So we're gonna ID the belt. We're gonna sell the belt and this, and we probably are gonna take this firebolt with yeah, level 3 firebolt's gonna be fine with just slightly better things. Zenith, Contagion, goodbye. We didn't need to talk to Renly at all. I thought I just simplify and don't ID things I can't use. IDing rares is really good because it gives you a lot more money, and money, as you can tell, can be very important. Alright, we got our Regal. I am going to use a Regal on this staff, because that means any exalts we get, we could start fishing for shit. All spell skills is so uncommon, but I can fish for damage prefixes. Maybe I won't. Maybe I won't. Maybe I won't. Never mind. Let me not start trolling this early. Okay, that looks like map boundary based on this right here. It's not. This is the map boundary. Okay, cool. Nice game. Thanks. Very good. This is how you get owned in Praetor. This is the wheel tile. Found it. Draw across. Boss should be here. Except no pounds, so I can't pounce over that. There's the boss. The side of the wavy arena is the boss. That right there, that little nook is the entrance, so we already know that the entrance is right in front of us. You see this wave form right here? That's the boss arena. And then that, like, corner of the nook, it's a very unique tile, so you can see that the boss entrance is on the top. Also, if you see this portion, like, I discovered the whole boss arena for you guys, so y'all can see what it looks like.
Holy. The diff cut for 17 Chrome is still a thing.
And did they change the rarity of it?
Probably, but I got it, so I'm liking it.
Yeah, I mean, it's 17 chaos.
Yeah.
I think it would be relevant on, like, a big farm strat or something. I really should move this. I'm gonna need to do this for Lachlan anyway. Alright. Well, these fights are slow as shit. But that is what it is. Alright. We don't care about the Changeling Talisman that much. That is the only, like, scuffed part of the run, is this boss gauntlet right here. Well, yeah, it's really annoying to run this. And we need pounds here, so ideally I would take Orb of Storms. So we're gonna hope for some streamer clienty things to try to get us. Alright. Alright, brother, I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. All right. I had to lock in for a second there and shut the fuck up and kill the guy. All right. Voltaic staff. Sure, we will check the voltaic staff. Ooh! Ho, 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 ho. Oh, shit. Okay, hunting grounds. Buddy, I'm clicking on you. Okay. And we win. And we win. Goodbye. 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 All right. So, primal, and we want pounce more than anything, because that's our movement.
Game very hard. Just get lucky.
I mean, all spell skills on that staff is just gross. It's just gross. It's not even reasonable. Unleash. I'm gonna fucking get myself killed, am I not? Alright. Runestone. I need to... I want the support gem out of here. This goes on ED. I want the support gem out of here because I don't have chain yet. But I also want an extra skill gem from somewhere. Don't really have a way to force the skill gem. And the other part I need to do is I need to hit level 9 in here, ideally, if I can help it, because the next zone I'm going to blast through. I mean, that's not even, like, comparable type damage.
Yeah, who knew that +2 levels gave you like a power boost?
It's more than +2 levels, by the way, that I got. I got
How much was it?
I got a level fucking 3 lightning bolt.
Okay.
That was on a level 2 firebolt. So I picked up shock. I picked up 2 levels. And I picked up a 1 natural level on the skill itself. I mean, it maxes out at 4 because of my levels, so I guess it is technically +2 levels, but... Anyway.
Nice.
Lightning Bolt is just a better skill than Firebolt, anyway. Alright, Unleash, Zenith, cool. Exalted Orb, yep, we are married to the staff. We don't mind if I do. Crit spell bonus, don't care. That doesn't do anything for us. Normally I would reset a checkpoint and port, but, you know, like, then I'd be at the start, and the exit should be coming up here. I'm not going to stop at the exit, though. I am going to keep looking for my support gem. Yeah, I knew I liked the soundtrack. Okay, game. I guess you just give us everything all at once. Sure. Alright. Goodbye. Support gem. I don't care about Freythorn. I normally on League Star would run Freythorn. 27 entry here is so slow. But it is what it is. We want our chain for ED. Sure. Instantly punished, of course. Alright. Dunzo. Shouldn't be overwhelmed in Luna. Una. Whatever the fuck she is. Okay. 1 exit, 2 exit. Jagged blocker, no void. Exits in front of us. That's a fake blocker. Am I insane?
Alright. It's time for me to hit the bed.
Okay. Good night, sir.
Good night.
It was a pleasure as always. Thank you very much, Mr. Nymph.
Mm-hmm.
We appreciate you.
Peace.
Peace out, sir. So if there's no void there, this is the first time I ran into that layout, and from what I remember, I think that's fake, and the boss exit is still this way, and it's just a fake blocker. And we need to push forward here. Yeah, crop circles by the entrance. Okay, good reading. That is the first time I've seen that on this layout, and I've run a lot of this layout. Alright, an extra level 4 gem, and that level 4 gem is becoming our Orb of Storms, but we're not level 10 yet. Oh, we're gonna need to do some XPing. Okay. Not only are we behind on time, we're also behind a level. I like to walk into this zone at 10. So we really cannot be affording to not take anything. Like, we have to be picking up all the XP we can get. Because we need to have 14 before Gianor, or that fight is like little dog water. Lesser insulation, sure. Alright, this should be enough. And I think we have to take this. We have to take the obelisk. Well, and we get a regal on it. I guess we'll take another regal. I mean, we solved our weapon. I would have liked exalts better, but I guess such is life. Can't always immediately win on everything. Says the streamer that got +2 all spell skills. Like, I would probably use the staff almost the rest of the campaign. I don't know with any realistic chances when I would ever get +3 to all spell skills, but like, especially after Fusillade, we don't need single target damage. We have ED. I mean, it's, well, we would use it until Varashta skills. Boss of Stalling, Crowbell, yes. True. True, and based. I just told myself I'm not going to be skipping packs, and here I am immediately skipping packs. Just fighting these white packs feels so bad, though. Not this way? It is this way. It is that way. No, it's not. Okay, yeah. It's that way. We are 10. Ugh. Here. Alright, we do need to click Orb of Storms. Let's click Orb of Storms and put that on. That's gonna get us a little bit more damage. Alright, this caught. Sir, why aren't you dead? Alright, well, his loot drops. We do that. We got our support from him. Wrapped Sandals. Stoic Scepter. If we were to continue, I would want you to be into the habit of picking up the scepters, because we are searching for minions. How did I manage to pause the timer? Alright. This is... We're over 10, so we need flasks. And we may as well turn and loot. Alright, the belt has a bunch of reses, so we'll take that. Don't care about any of this. Don't care about any of that. Okay, done, done, done. This has fire spell skills. We don't care. We got a new flask and we got a new flask. Okay, bless. We are good. We don't have to go back. We can put overabundance. And we can go control destruction on the other one. And we could put 2 things here. We could go storm rune. Sure. The adept rune doesn't do anything. That mana rune doesn't do anything. Okay. Let's get our level 5 support gem from latest in case we don't find the mechanic. Alright, we should be chilling. Spark, maybe. Frostbomb, maybe. I don't actually know. I'm gonna click Frostbomb because I'm gonna need to upgrade it anyway, but I'm not convinced that the Frostbomb upgrade was the right call. Zenith on ED. Do not die. Do not die. Don't suck, sir. Come on. I know you guys are about to give me flash charges. I killed like 700 of you. Hello, flash charges. Of course. Of course. That's what I get for trying to switch skills very poorly. Alright. This needs to go overabundance 1. And we don't have enough decks. Of course we don't have enough decks. Sure. We can click dex nodes right here. Alright. That caught. So we should be chilling here. We need lots of XP anyway. Orb of Storms. There we are. Okay. That should spread the whole pack. I actually need to see what skill to upgrade in this scenario if I have an extra level 4. Because I don't care about the spark. I do want the extra level 5. And I want the XP from here, so we are doing this. I probably should upgrade the spark soon enough. I guess there are times where spark does a shitload of damage, but yeah, I think instead of upgrading Frostbomb, upgrading Spark would have been a bit smarter. There's our level 5 gem. Desert Rune for fire gain. Sure, I don't care that much, but it's something. It's better than nothing. That's our control destruction support. We are 12, which is not enough. So we're still taking XP here. That is the most important part on like this caster type thing, is to make sure you walk into manor at 13. So we're intentionally pushing our clear time to like past 40. I have done like a 38, and I'm not very well practiced. As you can see, a lot of the gem supports are clumsy. I'm still thinking about decisions on when to upgrade, where to upgrade, what to upgrade. On the skill levels, the clicks themselves are not used to. Like, I haven't worked out a positioning for where I put my skill gems so that it's easy to not think about shit. So it's still pretty clumsy, and the fighting style is a little bit clumsy. Like, I should have walked away from this pack a while back. Alright. So this actually kind of works out. Because 1 bar off of 13 is okay. We'll make up 1 bar in there. We could realistically expect 1 level in here, and I think we're killing Gianor at 42, about 42, maybe 43, depending on how lucky or unlucky we get. No exalted orbs, so that's annoying. Okay, control destruction. We may as well have that shit preset. We are taking XP everywhere we can get here because we need to make a whole level. And we needed before Geonor. Alright. Thankfully, ED clear is, like, absolutely busted. I can only imagine what Act 2... I have not practiced Act 2 at all, so you guys might suffer with me through Act 2, but I actually think after this Act 1, it's going to be a good time to take a break and craft a couple of things and, like, hang out with y'all for a little bit. I'm not trying to stream for forever tonight. So, we promised people the helmet video. So the helmet video is coming. Thank you for the follow. What makes level 13 the breakpoint? Level of monsters? You just can't realistically expect more than a full level out of the zone. So what ends up happening is you need to make sure you're level 14 before Geonor for Fusillade. If you don't have Fusillade, you are cooked. Because you don't do any damage to the boss without it. So the reason 13 is important here is if you walk into, like, that zone is really good for XP. So it's really easy to make up XP in Manor. I don't know if you saw, but we did 2.5 levels there. An Alk and a Storm Rune, sure. I'll do an Alk and a Storm Rune, a bunch of XP. That last zone is the best zone in the entire act to do XP. Ramparts. Ramparts is ridiculous for XP. The density is high, the blue packs are high, everything gives a lot of fucking everything. So it's easiest to make up that XP in there rather than anywhere else. Because you could see I'm struggling to make a level here. But I am going to need to run the zone anyway. So we figure we're going to pick up a level while running the zone regardless. But we can't really pick up more than a level, because if we have to reset a checkpoint in this zone and farm XP, we're going to be very, very sad about ourselves. So that's why level 13 is like a little bit convoluted, a little bit yappy, but I hope that makes sense. But help to explain why Geonor was so painful in my first playthrough. Oh yeah. Without Fusillade, Geonor is like, fuck me, dude. I don't ever want to see this boss ever again. You guys are gonna fucking see this shit. Like, and y'all are gonna be like, what? Is this legal? Alright, this should be it. And the boss room is right there, so that should be exactly enough. Extra support, sure. Yay, bless. Okay, so we need Fusillade. We need Fusillade on right click, sure. We need a support on it, and we're just gonna leave it forever, and we're gonna need Zenith on it. Alright. And now we don't really need Spark. We could take Spark off, and we can upgrade our Orb of Storms, probably, sure. And we can upgrade our Essence Drain, probably. Or do we upgrade Contagion? We probably upgrade Essence Drain for now, because Contagion is just there to spread. Alright, beautiful. So we don't have... We just have spell skills and spell damage. Good rolls. Not anything crazy. 2 runes. Like, fire skills work on this also. Did y'all see that? That was one volley. And that's a phase. 2 volleys, and he phased. And I didn't even put 2 Orb of Storms in to do the infusion. If you do 2 Orb of Storms, you preset it. I'm going to preset 2 Orbs of Storms. We're going to, like, 3-shot him in the second phase. You guys will see. Yeah. And you saw my weapon. I literally have nothing other than spell damage, which is easy to get, and then spell levels, which fire skills work also. You don't need to have all spells. You can go fire spells. Okay, 2 Orbs of Storms for the infusions. Frostbomb preset. Yep. And that's the boss. Do you guys see that shit? Like, is that real? Did you all see that shit? That's not real. Like, what the fuck? SSF'd completely. This is the entirety of her damage, by the way. I mean, the thing is like, Fusillade is a single target skill. It doesn't have clear. So in a map, you don't have time to like build it up and pop, pop, pop. But like, for a build that struggles with single target, because we clear with ED and contagions, and that's such a good clear that when we put Fusillade on top of it, it's just 07, buddy. I've never spent less than half an hour killing that guy. Yeah. Remember I said we're gonna kill him 42, 43? Yeah. Yep. So, how do you manage how much do you invest in currency at league start that will multiply your income with how much you invest into the actual power of your character at league start? Mike, I spend as little as possible. I literally play my character until I go into a deficit to where running maps starts to feel painful. I put just enough currency to alleviate the pain. I wait for the pain to show up. When I'm like, I'm really struggling, I will invest into the character. Until I'm like hating my life running shit, I don't stop. Just half an hour fighting GNR. No, I know what you meant. You're exaggerating a little bit, but yeah. But you, I told you y'all are gonna be like, what the fuck is that damage? Because the first time I saw it, I could not believe that shit. This is our gear, by the way. We have just like fucking blues across the board. The entirety of our scaling is a spell damage line, all spell skills, and extra damage, by the way. Like, that's it. It's the level 7 Fusillade. I don't know what the fuck is even like in this thing, but it completely shreks him. And it does need to get lightning infused, by the way. So just FYI, you do need to pre-drop Orb of Storms. This is me unpracticed. Like, if I was better practiced, that 43, we could have been 36, 37. I dropped a minute in Grellwood. So if we go over the run here, like right there, I dropped a minute, backtracking to the top, going all the way to the bottom, going across, and like that was a whole minute gone. I did a really poor fight on the bridge against Rust King, so that was easily 30 seconds. I was too slow and died on my support swaps in Manor, so probably 30 seconds to a minute there. I didn't pick up the gems. Somewhere along the way, I missed an extra gem, so I didn't have Orb of Storms earlier. The fights, this whole gauntlet felt terrible in the cemetery. Like, I didn't have enough damage. I don't know if I fucked up the supports, or if I towned too much, or if I didn't town enough. I also didn't have my regex ready immediately, so I wasted 20 seconds in town setting up the regex. There was a whole lot of shit, and that's still a 43 clear. So, like, on a brand new class, and 43 to me, I do practice into the 30s, but once you hit 45, in my mind, good enough. Because most newer players are spending an hour 10, an hour 20 in Act 1. And most people are like an hour and a half in Act 2. So if you can go 39 to 42 minutes Act 1, maybe even 45 minutes Act 1, you can go 50, 55 on Act 2, which is not unreasonable, especially with Varashta. And fucking ED clears, like, out of this world ridiculous. I don't see why you can't do a 5-hour campaign. It's just practice. Question regarding builds. I know it's a bit off topic considering you're speedrunning. How would I go building around a specific skill? No, we're actually done speedrunning. So I'm not really a build creator to that end. So What do you mean about how do you go building around a specific skill? Like it's usually more based on what the skill is. Like generally speaking, that question needs specifics because there's different ways of building around different things. You know what I mean? Like tell me more about your question because I don't really have enough information to tell you how you go building around a specific skill. Like the cop out answer would be read the taglines on the gem and fucking and put stuff on your character that matches the taglines. Like if you want to scale spark, for example, you go, okay, it's a projectile, it's lightning, duration repeatable. Can I put some stuff that gives spell levels and lightning damage, projectile damage, elemental damage, spell damage? Because this is a spell, so you look at the tags. Okay, spell, levels of projectiles, levels of lightning skills, levels of all spell skills. I would just use these 3 tags and jam them up to the moon as much as possible. Like, that's more or less how you build around a skill, but also depends on which skill. Like, does it clear? Does it not clear? Is it single target? Is there a cast time? Is it a spell? Is it an attack? Like, it's a whole bunch of different things. The helmet craft is now. We're going to do it right now after I yap with chat, have a couple more bites of my salmon, and do the do a little bit of stalling content, and then we're gonna craft the helmet. What do you mean you need to learn what side content is and isn't worth doing, Killer Canuck? Like side content in campaign? Some aren't worth doing. As far as strong boxes, researchers, you always have to do. I cleared the boss on the burrow. Oh, you're like on that level. Okay, Killer Canuck, join the Discord. And on the Discord, there's a speedrunning. There's a notes for beginners. There's campaign notes for beginners. I have 3 videos. You know the style of my videos. Here's the Discord for the YouTube chat. I have 3 videos that tell you exactly where to go and what to do and what the zone heuristic is. Not like speedrunner level, but like what I tell you there is if you go to Act 1, for example, and you're like, okay, clear fell. The note for clear fell is literally hug a wall and press U to see where the exit points to. Okay, points left on the to the red veil. You see how from Clearfell the Grelwood is on the west side. So generally speaking, your exit's gonna be on the west side. So like if we were to run this, like that's how these types of notes are. Let's go and go into it. Like just real quickly, I'm going to give you guys a couple of basic zones so you all have an idea what it's like. Okay, so you walk in, you press U, you see that Grelwood's on the left. You're like, okay, I'm going to expect to be hugging the left side of the wall. And then you just hug a wall on the left. And it's like, okay, I got owned. It is what it is. All right, league mechanic, sure. We do the league mechanic, and then it's going to be on the left, so we hug a wall. Okay, there's a river. Okay, well, we're fucked. It's not following the map boundary. Well, then, whatever. We start hugging this wall. We're going to continue hugging this wall. Okay, it's in the top left. Cool. Now, what else do we need to find here? We need to find the level 1 support gem. And then we need to find Bara. Okay, keep hugging a wall until we find Bara. Okay, we found Mud Burrow. Cool. What else? All right, we're going to keep looking. Okay, we found Bara. We kill her, and then we checkpoint. And now, as a new player, like, these are literally the notes. And all I told you is it's going to be on the left side and you're going to hug a wall. So you didn't run this part of the zone. You didn't run this part of the zone. You didn't run this part of the zone. Even though it was a little clumsy, you still managed to make it look like you didn't have to explore half the zone. So that's like my notes to you is hug a wall, check the overworld map, it's there. The notes for Grelwood are you walk out from the entrance, no matter which direction it's in. And somewhere in that first area, you should be able to find your first waypoint. From that point, draw a diamond. But now, keep in mind, especially in a new league, this diamond could be like this, or this diamond could be like this, or this diamond could be like sideways. This is a point of the diamond, but we don't know if it's the top point, the left, or the right. But you're going to assume you're going to go this way, and you're going to go that way, no matter what. If you go this way, for example, and you run into a wall, then you check around it to see if there's something else. Okay, so I'm not running into a wall. Okay, I found my second POI. So there's this diamond. It could be like here or it could be there. Because we got pushed this way, I'm just going to go down and draw this diamond. And I should run into the Grim Tangle or something else right there. Boom, I found it. Okay, cool. So this is the diamond. Cool. Now I know for this zone, since the POIs are a diamond, I could just go port back to this one and go complete my diamond. The hut should be like right here somewhere. I am not finding the hut. Oh, there it is. There's the hut. Cool. Done. Found the diamond. Okay, how do I find the exit? I press U and I see where the red veil is. It's in the bottom left. Okay, cool. I'm gonna assume it's in the bottom left. So this checkpoint pointed us to the bottom left. Cool. Found it. Done. Like, and then we go into red veil, and my note to you for red veil is don't study the layout, hug a wall. Pick a wall. Just pick any fucking wall and just go hug a wall. Okay, I'm just gonna hug a wall. Okay, I'm still running the wall. Okay, I'm still running the wall. I'm still running the wall. I didn't find it. That sucks. I'm taking XP. I'm hugging the wall. Hugging the wall. Oh, checkpoint. Found something. Cool. This is, okay, cool. Keep hugging the wall. Keep hugging the wall. Keep hugging the wall. Oh, something's right there. Boom, found another one. Cool. All right, keep hugging the wall. Keep hugging the wall. All right, last one. Done. Those are my notes to you guys, like, in the video. So they're not like speedrunnery notes. They're not like, because what speedrunners do in this case is we actually read on the entry tile, we read this, and this like river and open entrance tells us what to do, and then this says, okay, this is a particular layout, and then we walk out here and we check something and we're like, okay, it's not there, so now I know the obelisks are like this. So then at that point, I would check it here, I would walk over there, I touch this one, I'd walk over here, I touch this one, and then I'd walk this way, and I would check here first, it's not there, and then I would check here first. And I would check there. So instead of running this way, I would just ran straight to the obelisk. And it wouldn't even be that much slower than what you guys would have done with hugging a wall for this particular layout. But, so, that's just to give you an idea of what the videos are saying. The videos are basically giving you the first time player notes. Okay, for this zone, it's a diamond and the exit's on the overworld map. For this zone, I just hug a wall. For that zone, I follow the road. For this zone, I hug a wall. Like, it gives you basic simple principles of what to do per zone, and you could just try it. Is the new league coming? The new league is allegedly sometime in August to September. And it's not like a straight up new league, it's going to be an event league. Kind of like Freesia was in PoE 1 or Ancestors, to where the main league is still going to run. Runes of Aldor, the main league, and all these characters are going to be in a league setting until January when 1.0, or sorry, December when 1.0 releases. But we're going to have on the entrance, on the character selection screen, when you go to create a character, in addition to the standard and Runes of Aldor, you're going to have another banner right here, and it's going to say Runes of Aldor Event League, and they'll name it whatever. Trial of the Ancestors, probably, or whatever the fuck they feel like naming it. Runes of Aldor Event League Trial of the Ancestors. So it'll be like another banner here, and you'll start that separate league under the umbrella of Runes of Aldor, but it'll be a fresh economy, all the streamers are going to be back, everything is going to be fresh and new, and blah, 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 blah. But that's all that it's going to be. They're not going to, create a whole new league mechanic. They're not going to create everything else. They're probably going to give us Ascendancies, probably going to give us Trial of the Ancestors, because that needs to be in the game before 1.0 release, and they probably need to tell us. So, most likely Druid Ascendancy, most likely Arcane Archer for the Deadeye, for the Ranger, and most likely Trial of the Ancestors and a bunch of balance changes. That's what we're expecting. Obviously bug fixes. But that's the thought process on what we're gonna do, how that's gonna go. So if I want to try using Spiral Volley and build around it, I understand that it's a clear skill. I would also imagine it's Ranger, Huntress, or Gemling would be perfect for building it, especially because Huntress and Ranger are Dex, and Gemling is strong. That's worth considering. So here's the thing with the skill like Spiral Volley in an area like Ranger or Huntress. What do you kill bosses with? That's my question to you, Money Mode. Deeth says, I legit spent an hour finding Gianor in the mansion, fighting him, so mad respect for 43 minutes, Act 1. I appreciate it, sir, but just FYI, on what I normally do, my PB is like 37 minutes on the Merc Grenades, so I'm still 5 minutes slower than what I... And that's just the PB that I recorded, because I've had like a 36-20, like, I had low 36s. And the best players in the world are running 29s. So I still got a bunch of room to improve. Like, I don't think I can compete with, like, Angormus by any stretch of imagination, but I think I could push it to 33s and 34s. I think 33, 34 for me is pretty reasonable. But you can see here on the 39 right there. 37 for Count Gianor kill for all my recorded ones. What are his times? What are Angormus's times? 29 for Act 1 and like 120 for Act 2. That's Act 1 and 2 combined is like an hour 20 for him. Or like an hour 18 or whatever. But he also practices, like, it's not the same format. Like, by far, obviously, Angormus is much better at the campaign than I am. It's not even close. Okay. Like, the difference between me and Angormus is like the difference between me and a brand new player who's never played Path of Exile. Like, it's that far of a gap. It's a very, very, very large gap to the top players from where we're at. But he's practicing to win a race, and the race is kill Tavokai, and all you need is level 33 for that. I'm practicing for get through the campaign fast and do economy things. So his performance setting is I need to be fast, and I need to kill Tavokai on as low level as possible, as fast as possible. My performance setting is how do I make sure that I get through the campaign in a reasonable manner, that I'm not insane, but fast enough, and get into the economy things. So, like, my performance times are League Start. He's chilling on League Start. He doesn't give a fuck about League Starts. You know, or like the speedrunner community in general doesn't give a fuck about League Starts. They're there to actually race. So there's different modus operandi. Tornado shot, barrage, and snipe. Yeah, I mean, exactly, but snipe to kill bosses is really ass money mode. It's. I don't know if you've ever played snipe. If you haven't, I recommend you try Ice Shot Snipe, because snipe is really, really, really terrible as a like, if you're not used to it, it's not fun. Just give it a shot, because I played bows for a long, 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 long time, and let me tell you, man, I hate how snipe feels. I can't stand it. Like, it's not even... I've been playing Headshot Snipe, so I'm used to snipe timing. Okay, perfect. Well, then you could live with that. Alright, so, crafting time, guys. Alright, we need to kill the timer, and we need to put our window capture up. Alright, so we'll see if the game dies, and if the stream dies, because I just clicked record, and we'll see if that's going to be a problem. It shouldn't be, but I just want to make sure. Tell me if the stream is working fine. Or if you guys are getting, like, lag and shit, and it's a problem. I'm trying to move my head around a little bit to make sure you guys are not, like, we started recording, so we're just testing it. The stream is lagging. Fuck. Okay. So we can't record it. That sucks. It was saying encoding is overloaded, so yeah. Okay, cool. Well, I'm gonna show you guys how to do the craft, and then I'll re-record it myself, so I'll just buy 2 of them. So, this is what Ancestral Tiara is ideally what we want to craft on, but And of course, we want our 82 eye level, and we want 2 sockets. So you guys can see it right here. You can use the VOD. The VOD has really poor quality. People have been complaining about the VOD quality. So we're gonna go not corrupted and not fractured. And these are 174. There's one at 158. We didn't care if it's normal or otherwise, but boom. So now we also, so 178, 154. Then we need to check a fracture. So first we're gonna check a crit fracture here. And we said no fracture, but we're gonna say yes fracture now. And 82, 2 sockets, not corrupted. Oh, that's the weapon fracture that we did. Ink crit chance fracture. All right. And we want it fractured. Yep. Okay, there. So 500, obviously expensive as fuck. Cool. That's what we expected. So we're gonna set a count 1, and then we're gonna go fire res fractured, because we are gonna need we're gonna need to see. I'm just showing you guys what we're doing here without like incredible explanation. But we're gonna look at any one of these fire, cold, or lightning res fractures. So they're 270. The reason I'm showing you this is, let's say we go non-corrupted, non-fractured. Just the baseline helmet is 109 energy shield. For 174, or if we want to fracture, it's 2 something. The same exact Kamasan Tiara non-fractured are 35. Okay. And if we set up fracture for res, they're like 75. We're saving 200 divs. What are we losing? If I set them to normal. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's 103 energy shield on a Kamasan. And it's like 106 or something. 109. So we're losing 6 base energy shield, boys. 6. That's not even a full range of freaking let me click into helmets. These are boots. Let's go click into helmets so you guys could see what that actually equates to. Are there any differences between them other than the base CS? No other differences. Kamasan might have better runic ward if you runeforged it, but who's doing that? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're gonna runeforge a helmet, there's better bases. Usually armor even has higher runic ward. Yeah, I mean, fair. If you did it, you did it. So, flat ES rolls. We're giving up 6. So, if we perfect roll our Kamasan, that would be like rolling exactly the mid-range on tier 1 flat ES. Like, would you pay another 200 divs on your craft? You know, it's really hard to kind of gauge. So then we could look at, if we don't select Ancestral or Kamasan, we go 82, we go Inequality, and we go Energy Shield 500, and we go Total Res. And we'll go like 123 or something as the tier 1s across the board. And we go helmet. You know what I'm saying? Like, even in the 400s, there are some sorceress tiaras, there's some Kamasans, there's some ancestrals. They're all within the same range. So your final result is about a similar price, But you see how, like, you make a Kamasan, it's a 500 sales price. You make an Ancestral, it's 548. But an Ancestral costs you 200 Divines more to get into. You're just leaving 200 divs on the table. I only need a little. If you only need a little, you should Rune Forge your gloves. Because you're giving up a lot of ES from your Kamasan unless you put other shit on it. But you can push these to like 600 just the same. You could see like when it's well divined with the good stuff, it's 605 and this one's 620. What the fuck is the difference? 23, 24 on the quality. It's like it's not even unreasonable. So, but that's what we're gonna make. So we don't care about this. And we're picking up the 75 div one. Actually, before 1900 of you guys do it, I probably need to pick myself up another one. So I could show the craft. So at that point, you see they like this is not a bad helmet anyway. But the main pricing on this is gonna be this is where the price checking comes in for you guys. The main cost of that helmet was lightning res, but it's got like rarity and lightning and chaos, like, but that fractured on this base was everything to it. The prefixes didn't matter, even though he has good prefixes. He has tier 1, tier 2, and tier 2 mana. But what would have saved this helmet, I bet you anything, actually, I don't even know if I should. So here's the thing. I bet you if I set this to int, this thing is gonna sell for so much more. Like, I bet you this guy undersold it like crazy. How much did it cost? 75 divs, bro. 75 divs. It was cheaper than the fracture. It was actually crazy. So, I bet you if I literally just desecrate for int with the mana, it'll be worth something. So, res. What else does he have on it? Rarity. Not this. Rarity here. Okay, so I guess I killed off my search. Hello? There it is. Okay. There you guys are. So he has also rarity. So we got 15 rarity, 1/1, and we do need mana. Let's go tier 2 mana. I think it was like 100 on the tier 2 mana. Yeah, that's just not selling. That's market research for you right there. This shit ain't selling. 1 week, 1 week, 1 week. Like, yeah, okay, cool. So don't make a mana helmet, boys. Because the other things actually were selling. So we're gonna annul everything down, and all this is we're gonna chaos spam for tier 1 res, and then we're gonna slam for another tier 1 res. That's all this is gonna be. It's just a section of chaos slamming. Alright, and I need to pick up my suffix slams. It's gonna be a lot of fun over here in the neighborhood. Extra chaos orbs. Let's go suffix slams. We should be able to get this done in 40. It doesn't even take that long, but just in case, you know? So, suffix greater, sure. And we are going to specifically do this with greater. Okay, the minion skills need reservation efficiency. So, this is the problem with minion skills. They only work if we do reservation efficiency. And we're rolling over this, by the way. Just FYI, wouldn't have thought of buying a rare piece of crafted gear and then trying to make it better to resell it. Well, we didn't actually buy it with that purpose. We bought it and then we annulled it to everything. I started chaosing while you guys were still on the website. LOL. No nymph here to tell me that we're still on the website, but you know, I figured it out eventually. Dumb streamer. Managed to put this on the wrong thing. Not showing. Yeah, yes sir, yes sir, yes sir. I got you guys. Sorry about that. Yep. I would imagine so. You don't want to beat the speedrunners. You want to beat the rest of the players to end game. Is 6 hour 30 campaign good enough? 6 hour 30 is good enough. Absolutely. Now keep in mind on a new league with new layouts and new everything at an hour. So really on your practice times, you should be in the 5s because then you can be in the 6s on the campaign. 6s is good enough, but add yourself an hour buffer time for new bullshit. New mechanics, new layouts, new bugs, league start issues, changes in builds, changes in whatever. Just pad yourself an hour. Minion skills only sell, this is from my market research, with spirit reservation efficiency. So we're rolling right over that minion skill. But if we do hit crit, we're not going to roll over crit. Even though crit is asked to like do, but we're still going to slam on it. We're not doing anything with rarity. Rarity can fuck off. And top end of tier 2 is just not good enough. So, fun and exciting crafting stream, team. We're chaosing for resists. I'm expecting to go 10 or 12 slams. Tier 4 crit's not good enough. Crit rarity int is what I use on my helmet. Yes. But that's ass to craft. We're making shit for profit. Yep, that's about how that goes. We usually slam on some bullshit. You saw a price triple res at the beginning of the craft. It still goes for money. Like, I am also using double rarity, double res. I couldn't even put crit on here if I wanted to because I need the res slots. Because I have to have the skill effect and the cooldown, and I really want the rarity, so, like, I don't have enough suffix slots to fit in anymore anything, so. The res pressure is insane. Our favorite content creators back on PoE 2, LOL. Well, at least I'm your favorite, I appreciate you. Cost me less than the Aldors and Raven and had socket in it combined. Correct, sir. That is the point of this craft, is it is a cheapo. Even like this is not costing shit. I mean, if I get tier 1 crit, I'm going to slam on it. Tier 2 crit is not good enough this late in the league. So we got our res. We slam on the res. We get ass. We kill the res. We continue. And it's not very expensive to do this. It's like 100 divs for the base, 100 divs for this. Like, the whole craft is usually done in 200-ish divines altogether, 300 divines, and it usually goes, like, earlier on, it goes for, like, 900 divs. Now, because it's late in the league, it's probably 500, but it's still profit. It's not crazy profit, but it's still profit. Tier 3. Not good enough. So it had a great fracture. You annul off everything else and then roll with exalts and chaos until you go T1 suffixes and prefixes. You'll see. We're chaosing for tier 1 res, and we're slamming behind with an exalt for a second tier 1 res, and when we miss it, we annul it, and we go again. So this helmet's gonna have 3 tier 1 reses. If you wanted a different stat, whatever stat you want on here, like if you want rarity, you need it fractured. If you want crit, you need that fractured. If you want minions, you need that fractured. Because rolling for anything else other than res is a gigantic pain in the ass. But hitting res is not that uncommon. Like you saw, we hit it a bunch of times and we slammed on it. I feel like buying a helmet with Alders and Raven socketed in already is cheaper than craft those in it. Well, yeah, we're crafting it for somebody to go buy it because people are stupid and they don't know that buying one with Alders and whatever else socketed is cheaper. So, you know, we just we're not here to fix the population. We're just here to make the money. What people do with our money is none of our business. If they're spending it in our shops, then they're spending it in our shops, man. Tier 3 fire res is back. It's greater versus perfect, the big EV difference with this method. So it's so cheap that perfect is just too expensive. Like, the chaos is not very expensive and the base is not crazy expensive. The greater is only like 30% less likely to hit, but the pricing on the two is insane. It's like 3 divs. If you're only going for T1 res. Greater is still better EV. Source is math. And trust me, bro. What's the bind for doing this with a stack of orbs rather than clicking and dragging them over individually? I hold shift the entire time. I just hold shift and I left click. You were literally doing this? You poor soul. You poor soul. Holy shit, man. Imagine chaosing by having to right click, left click. Holy fuck, man. I would not craft. I would not craft. I couldn't do it. So we're figuring probably about 400 or 500 chaos is what this takes to hit. I saw so many people learning that after hundreds of hours. LOL. Yeah, this is where PoE 1 experience comes in. The other thing that I do in PoE 1 is that I unbind my mouse wheel, and mouse wheel is left click. So if I need to click a bunch of stuff onto something, it's mouse wheel. But it's annoying in PoE 2, so I didn't do that. But yeah, this is tier 2. Now let's see how long until he comes back saying he rolled over his target mod due to his using shift spam. I mean, rolling over the target mod is a very common occurrence with this. And it's on the HUD for console players, so unless they are blind, they don't do that mistake. That's hilarious. I got lucky and found out holding shift before I ever crafted my first item. Yeah. Yeah. I just got PoE 1 pilled for this. Like, in theory, tier 1 int isn't even bad, but it forces me to get mono on the prefix, and I don't care to be fishing for mono on the prefix. Because it makes my prefixes really annoying, so we're just going for triple res because we know that it sells. And it sells better than rarity, which is crazy. But I guess, like, casters, like Ergo Temporalis casters have stupid pressure on freaking for resistance and suffixes. Like, it's actually insane how much pressure I feel to be able to get reses. Like, I put resist. I have 4 resist runes in, bro. And that's after not taking crit here. I guess that's what I get for like using my boot suffixes for those. One-handed chaos spamming with controllers goated. I say this after rolling over +4 spells twice yesterday on a single craft. God bless your heart, sir. That's a 1500 chaos mistake. Have tab affinities enabled for all tabs, and it works for most stuff like currencies, but does it work for others? My womb gifts won't automatically go to the tab. Am I missing something, or is it just not working yet? It should work for breach. You just go to the breach tab and you enable this. If your breach is selected, then womb gifts will go there. I don't manually input these. These all go there. Yeah, I would probably throw the controller through my TV if I rolled over plus spells. That's why when you roll for spells, you cannot do it on one amulet. You have to set up like 3 or 4 of them in a tab and put the regex in. I mean, I guess if we get crit for free, we slam on crit, right? Okay. 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 I don't know what you want from me, chat. Don't judge me. Um, the lightning res fracture doesn't matter. Yep. Yep. Cool, 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 cool. With like +2 on gloves and skill effect duration cooldown on boots, yeah. Wait, sorry, how did you get to that menu on your tab? Like this menu right here, the price check, that's an overlay. That's called PoE overlay 2. You see this right here, PoE overlay 2? That's a different program. I pressed Alt E. That's not in the game. This is something separate. That's the price check software I use. So the crit makes this annoying, but we're still gonna do it. So, like, you know, whatever. We hit crit, we slammed the res on. Why Kamasan over Ancestral? Is it because the base is cheaper? Yes, exactly. I went over it at the very beginning, and it'll be in the video. But the difference between Kamasan and Ancestral is 6 base ES. Kamasan's 103, Ancestral's 109. The exit pricing is the same. The entrance pricing, Kamasan's 35 for a white, and like 75 for a fractured one. Ancestral is 150, 170 for a white, and 250, 300 for a fractured. So we're spending another 150 divs, and our exit price is almost the same. It's a lot cheaper, but the result sells for the same because there's no functional difference. People don't know about this. Sorry, the one where you're looking at affinities. What affinities? What are you talking about? Oh. This here, I right-clicked on the breach tab. I right-clicked at the top on the breach tab. And then it shows affinity on the tab itself. If you go to a regular tab, one that's like says storage for me, and you click on it, all your affinities are here on just a generic premium tab. This doesn't exist on regular tabs. If you click on the brown one, I don't think affinities are enabled on this. Oh, they are. Nice. That's new. They used to not be. So prefix will be triple ES. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so we're done with this portion. The crit is going to make it annoying to whittle. We're going to end up spending a little bit more money because crit is on there, but that is what it is. We might go for a prefixed rarity. We'll see. We're going to price check depending on what we hit and what is cheaper. So the first thing we're going to do here is set a blocker. And the blockers are going to be pretty cheap to set. So we're going to go regulars. We're going to go rerolls. Always. This won't be a Keeson stream without me fucking up the language. Yep. Alright. So, we got our rerolls. We got these things. And we don't need annulls. And now, on the essence, we're going to pull up whatever we need. I need to see on the website. Helmet int. Yep, PoE 2, helmet int, window capture. This should work. It does work indeed. So we look at essences and we look at perfect essences. Mana cost efficiency is expansive alloy and then sovereign alloy. So we're looking at expansive and sovereign. So we're gonna see what each one costs. I think it was expansive that was the correct one. I go through this every time. 1 to 21, sure, that's good enough for me. Let's go 3 of those. We should be able to hit the blocker in 63. And then we go Abyss Essence. So Expansive is going to go first. Abyss is going to go second. And Rib is going to go third. And then we have this for the reroll, so we are chilling. Oh, yeah. We need our best friend, the prefix crystallizations. There they are. Because we need to reroll this. So we're setting the blocker for nearly free. Have you put any consideration to adding some amount of overquality to the base? I know 30% is probably minus EV on expensive bases. I did. It's just I'm buying it with a fracture, and so if I break it, it's minus 100 div. If I was crafting it from scratch for a 30% and I was going for like a fat craft and I was fracturing it myself, sure. Even then, still, I think it's annoying. What I do on these generally is I'll go and click this until it breaks or gets to like 25% or something. Like, these I raw dogged to 28% and I left them alone. Like, I'm not clicking these to corrupt them. But, like, this one corrupted at 27, and that's just that. And this one I haven't even fucking put regular quality on. Fucking streamer. Didn't even put regular quality on his gloves. Teaching y'all how to craft. Can't even quality it. Fucking idiot. Cool. That's me. Welcome, guys. I'm here all day. Okay, so we're looking for the life hybrid because we're going to want the mana hybrid on the thing. And now we got our crystallizations enabled. We clean that off. We go Abyss Essence. Oh, we need a freaking Astrids. Yep. I always forget about Astrids. Sure. There it is. And now we got our Abyssal thing. Mark of the Abyssal Lord. And we are rolling until we see 43 on the hybrid life. The reason we're going for hybrid life here, guys, is because when you look at these, we're looking at these mod levels. So our highest item levels are hybrid life and hybrid mana. We're okay having hybrid mana on it. So what we're going to do to make sure that nothing breaks on here, and crit being 58 is annoying, but at least it's not like 45 like rarity. So whatever. We're going to end up spending a couple extra prefix things, but it'll be fine. So we're going to set this to hybrid life rather, because then we can whittle for hybrid mana. Then we have desecrated 78 and regular 78 mod. And then the third one, we're going to whittle for either flat ES or percent ES. Since nothing is as high as 78, we can freely whittle the third mod. Once we hit percent ES or flat ES, doesn't matter which, we're going to then Omen of Light the hybrid life and Omen of Light desecrate for the last one. So we're going to end up with flat ES, percent ES, and hybrid mana. Done. Is this HC or standard? This is League. This is regular, not hardcore. Are you kidding me? Have you seen how I play, bro? Look at this shit. 48 deaths. I can't fucking play hardcore. 48 deaths, bro. 6 days, 4 hours played. On this character, more on the monk, because I did most of my crafting on the monk. This was my end league project with the Temporalis on the caster. This is my first time playing Temporalis. Less yapping and more crafting, Mr. Streamer. Okay, so 41 on max life is... I will show you guys. We need 42. So 41 here. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. We want 42 on the life hybrid or better. We wanted tier 1. And it shouldn't be too hard to hit it. $32. Nope. And because this is so cheap is why we're specifically setting that blocker. I mean, that and the item levels. I hope the item level explanation made sense to you guys. If it didn't, it will eventually start making sense. It's there for those that cared enough to, like, want to understand why we're doing what we're doing. 36 is not good enough. We want tier 1. So that's 42 on max life or better. There it is. There's the tier 1. Now, all hail Temporalis. All hail. Yes, stream is buffering. That's on me. I'm getting dropped frames for some reason, boys. Unless this is fixing itself. The dropped frame stopped. Okay, you guys should be good now. Yeah, I think that was a case of Florida being Florida. I think I hear rain outside. Yeah. It fixed itself. He had dropped a bunch of frames. And my connection stopped, so I did see that on the OBS. All right, so did you guys see that we set the blocker? Y'all saw what we got to so far? Questions about the process so far? I know you guys gotta have questions. No questions? All right, and we'll move forward. My questions will just get made fun of. Like, what is a helmet? Stop it. All right. Are we going single slam? Like, in theory, the blocker is like fine, but like if you do a double slam, then one of your things is blocking. What does it mean to set the blocker? So we put this abyssal mod on here so that this cannot be rolled by a whittle. Do you think there's a premium on one kind of res versus another? There only ever is if there's a build that works with scaling damage from overcapping res. And it's played on that particular base type. That's the only time there ever is a premium in a particular type of res. Or if there's a unique that dumps a bunch of damage. Like if there's a unique that gives a lot of lightning res, for example, then lightning res isn't as premium on the others, so that makes the other two more premium. It just depends on the builds. It's really dependent on what to do to get the minion efficiency. That's the desecrate only mod. We're not crafting that helmet. That helmet's terrible to craft. You have to have minion levels fractured on it. And then you chaos slam for prefixes. Cold res has some tech. Yeah, fair. I mean, we bought this with fractured lightning, so that's what we got. That is what it is. So from this point, on the single whittles, we click regular. On the prefix whittles, we click perfect. So whenever this hits crit chance, we have to click this. Whenever it's normally, you see how I'm clicking and unclicking every time? So there's our T1 ES. We're not done because technically speaking, T1 ES is not really good enough. How does it block the whittle? So look at this. These are the mods that could possibly roll on the item. If this mod increased energy shield and flat to life already exists, it cannot roll that mod again. In other words, while we're whittling for something, the only other mods that can roll are life, mana, flat ES, percent ES, hybrid with mana, accuracy, and rarity. Those are the only options. I would just chaos and double slam for prefixes, exactly. Cheap rib. TFAM cheap rib. Because they're free anyway, so I did cheap. For the essence trick, for the double reroll thing, I almost always use cheap. I don't think it makes sense to run the regular ones. The expensive ones. They're like 3 div a pop at this point. And like for what? We're paying like a divine per reroll. You know what I mean? It doesn't make it 3 times more likely. It only makes it like 30% more likely. So like waste of money, bro. Complete waste of money. We might not even be paying a full divine per reroll. It might be like half a div per reroll. So it's like, fuck it, not worth it. So if this mod already exists on the item, this cannot be rolled. Like this doesn't. The whittle can only hit the other things because our bricks are item level 78 here and item level 78 there. Now, what I wanted to show you guys is we just hit percent ES. That's 65. So if we hit mana behind it, we're actually fine. But if we hit accuracy, then we have to roll off the ES. And the part that sucks here is like, think about this. If I hit the accuracy, like I'm going to gamble with this, right? But this is what you need to understand. When you look at this item right here, what it looks like, since we just did T1 ES, is that we click another slam, and then we roll it until either T1 mana hybrid or flat, or even rarity or something, and then we're done. However, what happens if we get accuracy or we get the last one? Mark of the Abyssal Lord is something like Ancient Bone Ready. Do they even stack? They don't stack. So that's the other reason is the Mark of the Abyssal is not as good as an Ancient Bone because it's a third of the item level. And the Ancient Bone cuts you off at 40. A third of the item level from 82 is like 20 something. So it doesn't cut it off the same way, but a third of 82 is 27. So the Mark of the Abyss cuts off mods 27 and below, and Ancient Rib cuts off 40 and below. So it's not quite that, but it's close. So if we get accuracy or like on mana, we're fine. But if we get accuracy here, this like I'm gonna gamble it this way, but I'm not saying that you should. Technically, what I'm recommending is that you keep clicking these whittles until this hits the life, the mana hybrid. Because if you get accuracy, then you have accuracy, and now your whittles are hitting the energy shield, and then you have to send a prefix signal to Gambat it to kill it. Because otherwise, the energy shield is quote bricked, and you have to restart the prefixes again. But I'm feeling frisky because it's only accuracy. I'm just gonna send it and see if I can land that shit. So on single whittles, we just click graders. On prefix whittles, we click perfects. So this is tier 2 accuracy, but that's enough to break it. See, that's what I mean in that scenario. Now, technically speaking, it's not even that bad. Because now I could keep clicking these, and I could just roll over energy shield until this goes to the mana hybrid. And then, after this goes to the mana hybrid, then we'll whittle the accuracy for something else. So these whittles do get expensive. And that's the RNG part. This is what determines if you make money or not. Because we need exactly that mod, the mana mod, but tier 1. Tier 2 is just not good enough. Tier 1 mana, not good enough. Yeah, like, it sucks to roll over tier 1 energy shield, but it just is what it is. Because we need that accuracy gone, and we have no way of doing it. And if we set the gamble, then we have to spend more money on the prefix annuls. Okay. There we go. No. Not there we go. I thought that was hybrid. Is it hybrid? No, it's not hybrid. I just got debated by the whittle going off. Not there we go. Not there we go. Ignore me. This is still hitting crit. Crit makes this expensive as fuck, by the way. These clicks are so ass. See, normally you don't have to send quite as many prefix whittles. And the reason we do perfect Chaos Orbs here is because the Chaos Orb, if these are 20 Divine clicks already, then we may as well try to, like, add an extra 6 and make him good. So that's the danger of if that hybrid life mana mod doesn't come, then it's GG. Can you explain again why you use the grader when it's only a whittle and perfect when you use Sinistral? It's just money. Chaos is perfect chaos is 6 div. Greater chaos is a third of a div. When it's a whittle, that's 10 divines, right? When it's a prefix chaos, that's a whittle plus a prefix chaos, so it's a 25 divine click. 6 divines is a big difference. It's a time and a half. You're essentially, when you use a perfect on just a whittle, you're using half a click. So using perfect versus greater would have to give you 50% better return on investment. And it doesn't. It only gives you a 30% better return on investment. when you look at the math and the probability of it, without getting too in the weeds into like, you know, without making this a math and probability presentation. So essentially, if you use a perfect chaos on a whittle, you go from 10 divs to 16. So you're adding 60% additional cost. You're not getting 60% better probability. You're only getting 30% better probability. So it's not worth it. But when you go on a 25 divine click and you add 6 divines, then you're only adding 20% costs. But you're getting a 30% better probability, so it's positive expected value. It's just math. That's the only, you know, if that doesn't make sense, I can't do any better than that. Sorry, Bubba. Finally. Jesus fucking Christ. Okay. Now, this one has a bunch of outs. This one should be fairly easy to slap. Or not. Wow, we actually went broke for it? LOL. That's the dangers of crafting, lads. Alright, so we should be able to hit that, like, fucking... This may not be exactly like 2 whittles, but... It's that last one, the last click on this should be very, very, very chill. So now T1 accuracy is going to get gone, and that's it. It's 1 click. Now the rest is just lights. Which I should have a few lights. And it's not very uncommon for lights to, like... So, this is gone. That was an expensive demo. This helmet decided to absolutely fuck us. But... we did it. That's what the unlucky streak looks like on something like this. And also, keep in mind, keeping this crit is what did this. If we didn't keep this crit, this would not have cost us nearly as much. We probably threw away 150 extra divs for that crit. Just FYI. Because if we didn't have to use the single prefix chaos or the perfects, it would have been a much, much, much cheaper craft. But we got crit. Early on, this would be the correct decision. This late, we actually lost money on the craft. Which is fine. Like, it's demonstration and league currency. Like, it is not really that relevant. Because I'm barely playing this. But this at least gives you an idea. Crit Fractured, and this is half the price to craft. However, Crit Fractured is like 7 times the price to get into it. Because in order to fracture crit, you on average have to buy 3 Kamasans, chaos them for crit, buy the fracturants, and hit him. That's like a 200 divine entry cost. Yes, if the crit was fractured, this would be easy. However, we bought this base for 75 divs, pre-fractured. You know, would it have been cheaper to buy a crit base? Maybe, maybe not. But crit bases are like 250, 300 just for the fractured crit on a Kamasan. This shit is expensive. Hey mate, good luck crafting today. I'm undecided what to craft now. Got up to 200 divs for my first time ever thanks to Sanja came up from your Discord helping me out. Hell yeah, brother. Fantastic, Xavier. Appreciate you, sir. That's awesome. Alright, so for these, we're going to use the expensive ribs because we're Omen of Lighting here. And it shouldn't take us very long to Omen of Light. Now our blocker's gone, and now we're looking for flat ES tier 1. And flat ES tier 1 is, checking the website, 61 or better. Okay, cool. And we have to have the flat ES tier 1. There's no ifs or buts about it. It just is what it is. There it is. Okay. So that's the finished helmet. Now we quality it. How often do you keep an exact track of how expensive each craft is, or do you have a general rough idea of how much it should cost and how much you spent? I don't get into the accounting too much because of how my brain works and how my mental state is for that. If I keep track of every single bit of crafting and every single bit of money that I spent, I'm gonna get too caught up in the every click of it and get too expensive and either quit on it or just like lose my mind. It's more damaging to my sanity than it is helpful. So that's why I don't. But I do have a general idea of how much I bought and spent. It is better to keep accounting of it, but if your mental is like mine, then I just kind of generally go, okay, I know how much this craft should cost, and if it doesn't, then fuck it, I got unlucky. This craft should cost a total of about 350 to 400 divs on average. Less than that, we got lucky. More than that, we got unlucky. This time we walked into it with 700, right? And we're left with 62. So we've spent 640. Now we do have a little bit left over, but we basically spent 600 on this, all in. So I'm gonna price it and see kind of where it's at. Vol Armorers, we're gonna click that once. And we are going to div this. We don't care about the crit div that much. The res could be fluxed with a div, so we don't care about the res div. We just want the... Okay, and that's instantly good enough. That's fantastic. That's a great div. Okay. And now we price this. So now we go 42. The quality doesn't matter. 2 sockets, sure. Actually, we're going to do the thing where we jack up the sellability of this. With the double runes in there. And somebody can put their own freaking, what's it called in there? Masterworks. Sure. I'll take 11 Masterworks for some divs. Ta-da. Alright. And we're gonna drop those. So now we're 588. We're not quite 600. We could possibly get to 600 with a couple of clicks, but if it breaks us, we're cooked. The helmet loses a lot of value, so we're just gonna go 550. And this is 87. We'll actually price 82. The lightning res fracture doesn't matter. So we're going to open this and pull up our comps. And then I'm going to show you guys comps. So this has a tier 2 res, so bad comp. This has tier 1 fractured crit, 550. Over 600 because he got it to 23. Sure. We could probably pedal ours for 500. And let somebody else do their own clicks. So these are actually moving. Someone's buying these. At 500, somebody will give up a little bit of the reses and just pick up ours. So 500 is a reasonable price here. So we're going to recoup some of the money that we lost on this. But like, in the end, I think it's cheaper and easier just to roll over T1 crit and go for res, because then the whittling process is easier, even though it takes longer on the chaos. The triple res helmet sells for 500 just the same, so we didn't gain any value from going crit. Even though it's a more desirable mod, we only ended up spending more money and not pulling out as much, so that's a bad profit craft. But it's good for you guys to see, if I was more sane and price checking better, and like I was in a better state of mind, if you will, I was more in tune with what's going on, and this was earlier in the league, or the money mattered more, then I would have went and reprice checked the crit and said, okay, well, crit makes the craft worse but sells for the same amount of money. Why the fuck would I do it? I'm just gonna roll over it and roll till the res until I get triple res, and then the prefixes are much easier. Like if we have triple res, the prefixes are cheap as fuck. Like that helmet I've been making for 200-300 divs with triple res. So anyway, that's that. Obviously, until I either liquidate some shit or that helmet sells or something else sells in here, we're not releasing the video because I don't even have the money to make it. So we're gonna drop some of these things. At this stage of your PoE 2 career, how often do you accidentally listing something for 500x when you meant to go 500 div? Never. Never, ever. I double make sure when I list something. I triple check everything. Can you show the jewels? These are just my old jewels. There's nothing to these. They're just 5 mod shit. They're cheap. They don't do anything. They don't mean anything. It's I replaced them with real jewels that I'm actually wearing. I replaced them with these. These are the ones that are worth money. Like this jewel rolled like that. 200-300 div ish. And we got like, I don't know, 1, 2, 3 there, 4, 5, might be 6 of them, give or take. 5 or 6 of these. But those are just the old ones. I was testing to see if I need mana regen on kill, and I don't. So now those are the jewels that are in. I'm gonna see if we can, if the expedition's gonna kill the stream. I feel like the craft is pretty deterministic. Why are they so expensive? It's not deterministic because there's a 50-50 and you have to Omen of Light for the 3rd mod. It's expensive. They are expensive because the craft is expensive. Oh, what is this? Sure. Death rune, power rune, fine. Alright. Well, looks like we're not clicking that. It's suit treads, we can end on it. Wait a minute, tell me is that an 8? That's an 8. Fuck. I should have another. This is our other 8. I should have went to this first because now you can re-roll it to whatever. So we can go around it and go to it. Okay, fine. Rarity, sure. Go here. Go here. We go here. Do we care about this? Not particularly, but we have 8 of these things, so sure. Pick this one up and end here in a wisdom. And then whatever, dump one into maps. Sure. Don't care. Are you having trouble with your expedition getting bricked by an oath rune? As you can see, I'm on Adonia. So Adonia makes it so that all my damage applies to all elements. So most of the dudes don't leave corpses. I need to change from the speedrunning filter to the actual endgame filter. So if we can, if you see how these guys fall into a pile of icicles, if you kill them while they're frozen, the oath bug rune isn't a problem. Because I usually kill shit while it's frozen, the oath isn't an issue. Now, doing Palm of the Dreamer is better because that guarantees the corpse explosion, but you see how most of the dudes I'm killing are falling over in a shard of icicles? That doesn't leave a corpse. And the Oath Rune bug is from corpses. Fracture spell damage on jewels, choosing and into double crit is actually pretty easy, and then you get something else to perfect divine. These are 5 modules, sir. About every other map is bricked, so I stopped. If you're on Lich Twister, just put Palma the Dreamer on. You'll never brick again. Especially because you're on Twister and you have like you're wearing a spear already. So you should be wearing a scepter with a spear regardless. So swapping to Palm with a Dreamer should be piece of cake. Yeah, fracturing spell damage on a 5 mod jewel is ridiculously impossible. You do see that these are 5 mods. There's 3 suffixes on here. You fracture spell damage, that's a prefix. How the fuck are you gonna get 3 suffixes on there? That is very, very expensive. You have a Sacred Flame with a Spirit Corrupt. You're gonna have to drop the Spirit unless you have money, because a Palm of the Dreamer with a Spirit Corrupt is insane, but you just switch to Palm of the Dreamer, bro. You'll never brick another expedition again. The Spirit Corrupt on Palm of the Dreamer is 800 div. The Spirit Corrupt on Sacred Flame is like fucking 40. Or 70 or something. There's some idiot next to these. Um, and see with these, like, I don't know if I'm just not doing, I'm doing damage to this one. Okay. So once I, um, especially because Headhunter's so much of my early damage, once I kill one of them, it'll be okay. But like, I'll get into situations like these where I just don't do enough damage. Because, you know, Temporalis and shit. That and I let my Adonia buff drop, of course. Oh, almost died. That guy's ES doesn't really matter. I need to break the ward underneath. See, that was not bricked expedition. That's just like not having enough damage throughput. That's what I get for running fucking cast on ailments, and there's a bunch of ailment threshold and avoid. But I mean, we limped through it. Also, usually like Headhunter does supplement a lot of the damage and a lot of the power for these for my build. Mr. Mosquito wants my nuts. I think that was an oath. That took way too long to not be an oath. So, we got through it. Alright, 30 Headhunter stacks. This should be chill from this point forward. Once the Headhunter stacks are going, the rest is like no problem. Yeah, I feel like This is not the most amazing build for top-end expeditions. I feel like there's better stuff. The monk definitely had better damage for it, but just the comfiness of Temporalis, especially for maps. And like not having to aim and just dodge roll and like freezing everything. I don't know. Like I definitely like the caster better. I just don't know. It's tough to rely on Headhunter because if I get an early Oath Rune, it's kind of a problem. So, but that's that. Do you just run +2? I run +2 in effectiveness on the tablets. So I run effectiveness on the Waystone, and I run effectiveness on the tablet. These are I usually div these pretty hard. So there's about 43 effectiveness from the Waystone, and there's the other thing that most people don't know is effectiveness on the Waystone. So there's 43 effectiveness from the thing. I don't know if you could see this, but you see how this one here is monsters have 87% increased effectiveness. And right below that is also effectiveness. Effectiveness is on there twice. So there's increased effectiveness and more effectiveness. I run 2 effectiveness multipliers on the Waystone. And the Waystone itself doesn't disclose that to you, but basically they stack with each other. So it's like almost a temple-like effect with how much effectiveness we put on there. But yeah. So that's why when I rolled the tablets earlier, I don't know if you're here for it, but I rolled them 6 maps, 6 mods, and then I used all 6 for effectiveness. Yeah. So this says 70, but the thing is, and there's too many mods for us to like see, so, and I don't know how to like pull out or hide the HUD or whatever with this, but you could see on the bottom right side of the screen, you could see effectiveness here and effectiveness there. Monsters have and monsters have. There's 2 different lines. One says increased and the other one says more. And I don't know what the increased number is 87 and the more number is something else. I don't know what that more number is. I'm guessing that more number is 70, but they're multiplicative with each other. So these monsters are fat. Fat, fat, fat. I feel like this build would absolutely smash last league's temple. Like with Temporalis, with the spark, this would be like just by far insane to play. So I believe you can get 70% effectiveness when 5 mods and exalt your 6. I do that for monster rarity when I do Abyss Farm. Yes, and it's also wrong. Because and here's why it's wrong. The Waystone effectiveness lies to you. There are mods in this pool that give you more effectiveness that aren't listed in this line. This is your increased. Or vice versa. This might be your more, but they give you increased. There are effectiveness modifiers that aren't disclosed in this line because this only gives you a single line, but there's 2. I just showed you. There's a more and there's an increased. Some of these mods affect the increased and some of these mods affect the more. So rolling this with 5 and then exalting 1 is wasting effectiveness. You should roll it with 6. Because when you do extensive testing on these Waystones, like I just showed you this right here, you see how this has a line and this has a line? That comes from your Waystone. This is effectiveness and this is effectiveness. Had Blood Mage Spark with Temporalis last league in a Juice Temple. You are correct. It slapped. Yeah, I can imagine. Do you run Doriani or Jado? Jado. Expedition is only Jado and always Jado. You have to run it for the Eastern knowledge. Period. End of story. I mean, an extra random modifier is also really good. And then the effect of tablets can stack pretty up there. For the effectiveness, I don't know if it if the effect of tablets at 40% if it max rolls, or like if it does like 30 or whatever. I don't know if it rounds up. I think it rounds up, but I don't know that for a fact. So don't quote me on this, but these two are simply too strong to fuck with. Like that one's whatever. But yeah, boys, we're chatting, we're answering questions, and we're winding down. This is about 3 hours. That's what I wanted to do today. So we're getting towards the tail end of this stream. Very short one today. Temple was the best place to test and trial new builds, that's for sure. Pyro, thank you for stopping by, sir. I'm not sad about Temple being gone, though. I think Temple being gone is what it is. I mean, if you want to know my feelings on Temple, I could show it to you in one screenshot. This is my feeling on Temple. You see this right here? That's how I feel about Temple. And obviously, we've done everything else. I don't know, I wanted to see what the slash played here is. 6 days, and let me see the other character. It was nice you could log in, run a couple of temples without worrying about map setup or tablets. My atlas looks identical. Temple burnout is real. It is so real. The monk has 14 days played on him. So, twice as long on the monk. Total of 20 days and like 12 hours, it looks like. I mean, 20 days times 24 hours that it counts. That's 500 hours this league. So it's not bad. That's just on the end game. That's not counting for the that's not counting the speedrun timers, because those are not tracked across characters. All right, lads. Let me know if you have any questions before I head out. Don't forget to join the Discord if you're not already on Discord. Damn, it took me forever to find the ninja link. I'm on a tablet. What do you mean took you forever to find the ninja link? What ninja link? Man, I think I'm at the end of my league. Got 1,000 divs and don't know what to do buy for upgrades. I can go for level 100, I guess. Watch my latest video on investing. There's still a lot of stuff to do. Is there a stream schedule? I refuse to commit to a stream schedule. Tag me in Discord if you want me to stream. Thoughts on making a YouTube video for speedrunning, but like a run along with play and pause and follow. There's one in the speedrunning channel, sir. And there's already one for this. So let me show you this. Here. I'll do some self-promo plugging. Scroll all the way down. So, these 3 videos is basically all, well, these 4 is all you need for speedrunning. This one gives you the why and the tips. This one is a play along. Well, not play along, but it's like what to do one by one. So this is going to break down each individual one. But then, in speedrunning, all the way at the top, I guess I need to pull out the link to the unlisted video and grab it for you guys. There is a sample run. I just reposted it. There's a 36-minute mark run in the Discord. But the other thing that I'm working on, so this one here is the one I recommend you watch for the investing. So you can see what's what there. But on here, act by act, this is where you get what to do instead of like a play along where I'm playing and telling you stuff and it's slow. I'm literally going, okay, in this zone, you walk in, you do this, and this is how you navigate it. In this zone, you walk in, this is the heuristic. This one's a diamond. The exit is this way. You need to find this, this, and this. And then you could literally go zone by zone. Okay, in this zone, you need to do the league mechanic, and you need to do this, this, and this. Here's a disclaimer on this. The league mechanics are slightly adjusted. Like the cemetery regal is now in the tomb. It's now in mausoleum. So the mausoleum league mechanic is where you get the regal, not the cemetery league mechanic. So just FYI, if you do a league mechanic and I told you, okay, in this zone do a league mechanic, move it. More specifically, the regal in Act 1 got moved from cemetery to Mausoleum of the Praetor, and the Lesser Jeweler Orb got moved from Buried Shrines, which is the third zone of Keth, to the first zone of Bone Pits. It's in Mastodon Badlands now, is where your Jewelers is. So you need to find the League Mechanic in Mastodon Badlands, which used to give you an Exalted Orb, and you had to find it anyway. So you're gonna get your Lesser Jewelers from Mastodon. Safe to assume things will change with the new event League 1.0. Somewhat. Certain things will change a little bit, but not much. For the most part, most like 80%, 90% of it is going to be in line with what's on there. Howdy, space PR, right? Did I say your name correctly? Welcome. It's unfortunate you are joining me at the very like tail end of the stream. But I posted my Discord with all the stuff just so you have access to it. We're like answering final questions and winding down. We're about 3 hours in. Did you like going back to PoE 1? I fucking hated it. I wanted no part of it. I literally like played for 6 hours and quit the league, and then Nymph sweet talked me into playing it again by like selling the crafting, and I did some crafting and I actually had fun. But no, I'm over the first game. I'm over it. I'm done with it. Great game. Love it forever. Over it. Divorced. I'll be coming for Angormus. You'll be coming for Angormus for a long time. He's very good. You don't understand how good Angormus is until you start speedrunning, and then you go, he does what? The who? Yeah. You only start gauging how good he actually is when like when you when you start trying to emulate it and you're like, holy fuck, man. But yeah. There's also, I'm gonna do, just came from your damage ring craft. Nice video. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. There's more. There's a bunch more. I have a like individual rings. We did a helmet craft on stream. I'm gonna be releasing a helmet craft. There's boots. There's all kinds of stuff. There's an investing strategy, and we're talking about speedrunning. If you are interested why we're speedrunning, look at the investment strategy video, and then that'll explain why we're bothered with speedrunning at all. I watched a bit of his stuff, and there's decisions in tech I couldn't even think of or understand. Yeah, you'll start getting it like once you get in there. 2-div rune shape combination feels really nice. Like the one that drops you 2 divs. Yeah, that that's pretty good. Pretty good. None of our boys that I know are on. So I can't even send you guys to any particular channel. So no raid tonight. We're just gonna quietly disappear, but did I post the Ninja profile link to check Fancy Jewels, or it went into an ether? iPad Twitch client is super ass. No, I have links blocked on my chat. If you want to post a link for me to check out, you got to do it in Discord. So it would close it out for everybody. It'll just show triple stars. I don't have links enabled to prevent like spam and bots and just in general. For the most part, I will send people to Discord to post things like build reviews and whatever else. Also, it's nice to section it off because Twitch chat, especially like when we're doing build reviews and there's 60 or 80 viewers watching and the chat is zooming and you post a link to your build, you'll end up posting it like a bunch of times. So Discord is a nice little section off without spam for various things. So I just kind of move you over for it, but I am active in there, so if you guys need anything specifically, if you need like help with the crafts, if you have questions about release, PoE 1, PoE 2, whatever, there's a speedrunning section, there's a PoE 1 section, obviously the majority of it's PoE 2. So there's a whole bunch of stuff. If you guys join the Discord, that's the main hub of all the operations. That's sort of the brains of the whole thing. But yeah. It's been awesome. Pleasure as always, y'all. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. It's definitely nice to come by and do a PoE 2 stream. The PoE 2 stream was really, really good. Gloomy, it's okay. It's no problem at all, sir. And since doing the PoE 1 stream took a lot of wind out of my sails, I'm not gonna lie to you boys, but this PoE 2 stream was nice. I am definitely not a PoE 1 streamer, so that will not be happening anymore. So for all the people that come in and ask, it is for sure dunzo. I'm not streaming that game. I might screw around on it a little bit, but this was really nice. Even though it's End League and we don't have a lot of shit to do, we just did a couple of things here and there. I think it was really chill. I really enjoyed having you all around, so it's been an absolute pleasure. But yeah, dudes, appreciate y'all being here. Thank you so much. Swing by the Discord and say hi. You guys have a good night.